Got it? You're live.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another call, Babe Waves. I was gonna call it Babe Waves University, but we're just gonna call it Babe Waves like get together because that's really more what it is. It's kind of like just girl talking and just connecting with one another. Women, we tend to like to talk to each other about everything, and so it just fits, right? We can all connect from different places in the world and help each other grow and just build a strong connection because of where we're going. This is where it starts. It starts with us building our relationship, our friendships, and building that foundation so that we can build this long term like we all want to. Like we want that longevity, and this is where it starts. So for tonight, what we're going to talk about is the importance of getting out of your comfort zone. This is something, and you know why it's important. Why it's important to challenge yourself in that way. And the reason that we're talking about this, Lexi asked me earlier, like, what's the biggest lesson that you've had from this week? And I told her, like, getting out of my comfort zone, like that's been the biggest lesson. We did the GoPro games over the weekend, and it was so insane. There was over 70,000 people there, and so that's like 12 times more people than there are in my hometown. I'm from a small town, so there was so many people, so much diversity, and having the booth set up, we were getting out there and like really, you know, pushing ourselves to talk to people. And when they're walking, like going this way and they're kind of in a hurry, or you don't know them, or you don't know what to say, or whatever it is, it can be kind of nerve-wracking to do stuff like that. And I remember at one point we're giving out free hugs, right? I'm going to be real with you guys because I was having a struggle because I forgot my deodorant, and I was like, it was hot, and I was like, and I'm supposed to be giving people free hugs, right? So I felt so like uncomfortable, and I was just like, oh my God. And that was just radiating off of me because I was just so in my head about it, right? But I still did it. I still pushed myself because I was like, well, what am I gonna do? Like I gotta just rock with it, right? And so now that I push myself out of my comfort zone, I've learned a lot of things about myself. And now the next time I do it, I'm going to be more prepared. And so something that's important to understand is that our brains are made to protect us. So that's why, like, when something's uncomfortable, our brain is trying to figure out how to keep us safe. And so then a lot of times that's when we have those thoughts of like, oh, well, if I do it, then what are they going to think? Or what if this happens? And you start thinking of all these things, and then you justify to yourself why you're not going to do it. And then it's like, oh, it's okay. It's fine because like while we were at the GoPro games, I could have been like, dude, like I don't want to do this and I'm just going to go this way or whatever because of this reason. And it could have been a good reason, but I mean, I don't know, like in that moment, I knew that quitting wasn't going to help me grow. And growth and progress is happiness. Like we all feel good when we're progressing towards our goals and our dreams. Like that feels so good. Like at the end of the day, you're like, I crushed all my goals. Like even though this was really hard, this was really difficult, even though this terrified me, I did it anyway. That feels really good. And so I mean, for myself over the weekend, I felt accomplished. Like I probably could have done more, right? There's always room for improvement. But I talked to so many people, and I did the booth, and I also bartended that night, and it was so out of my comfort zone. All of it was. But now talking to people in my day-to-day, I feel way more comfortable sharing what we do with them. And I know the information way better. I feel uncomfortable about it anymore because I talk to so many people. Like everything that we want is on the other side of our fears. Everything that we want. It's like, okay, this is what I want, this goal, this dream, and it terrifies me. This is what I'm afraid of. So you're telling me that all I have to do is face my fears and I get to have this? It sounds like a good trade to me, right? Like, It may not always be easy, but our comfort zone is the things that we're used to. And so if we're uncomfortable and we're challenging ourselves every single day, that means that we're growing. And that's what we all want, you know? And so that's why it's so important. That's why it's so important to do that, to challenge your fears, to get out of your comfort zone. We hear it all the time and it may sound kind of repetitive, but when something scares you, don't think too much about it. I'm talking to myself here. These are all lessons that I'm learning too. Like, don't think too much about it. Just do it. Just take action. Once it's accomplished, it's like, oh, that's great. But if you give yourself time to really think about it, a lot of times you're not going to do it. So I was like, oh, it scares me. Okay, I'm going to do it. I have this little desire to talk to that person. I'm going to do it. Right? And because of that, incredible things will happen. You guys, you never know what's on the other side of, you know, like, you ever get a feeling like, I need to say something to this person or I need to go to this place, and then something incredible happens? Like, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for something like that, just taking a leap of faith, right? I wouldn't be in Colorado. Like, I came down here just jumping into a new environment, and it's like I didn't know what to expect, but I feel like I've grown so much. I've found myself. I'm gaining independence. I've met phenomenal people. I'm changing my life. And it's incredible because I took that leap. It was terrifying. I cried like the whole first day that I was here. I was like, what did I do? Oh my God. I don't have my dog. I don't have my mom with me, right? I was freaking out. But I mean, it's worth it. Like, do you want to look back on your life and like, imagine being a 90-year-old woman sitting on your porch. Like, how do you want to feel looking back on your life? Like, do you want to look back and feel like, oh, like I could have been, you know, more positive. I could have challenged myself more. I could have really gone after what I wanted. I should have spoke up. I should have done this. I don't personally want to live, like, I don't want to feel like that when I'm 90. I don't want to feel like that at all. Regret is a terrible feeling, and the time is now. Like I said, our brains are there to protect us, and so anything that feels uncomfortable, it's going to be like, nope, 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 don't do it. But if you can do it anyway, if you can push past that, everything that you want is on the other side of that. So that's what I got for you guys. Lexi's gonna go in on why it's important to take care of yourself and put yourself first. So when you're really challenging yourself and you're going after your dreams and what you want, you are going to be facing your fears. And when you're in a good state of health and well-being, it makes challenging your fears and overcoming obstacles that much easier when you're in a good state of being. And that is really the foundation, is what state are you in, and is that state going to carry you through to where you want to go. So with that being said, I will stop talking and Lexi can fill you guys in on that. So
I'm actually going to make you talk for a little bit more. I'm going to ask you a few questions because I think it's really important that I'm actually going to make you go out of your comfort zone more, and I'm going to put you on the spot, and I'm going to have you just say what you really feel. So everything you've learned in the last year, what is the number one thing you've done outside your comfort zone that paid off the most?
I would say moving down here, because back home I was just in this loop of like doing the same thing over and over again. So then moving out here, it really challenged me to like do the things that I know I need to do, and to be that person that I know I want to be. Because I got out, I literally removed myself from an environment that was too comfortable. Hi, Olivia. It was too comfortable. You know what I mean? Like, I was in my own bubble. I was in my own little routine. Came out here, moved in with Nick and Mike, and they're totally crazy, in the best possible way. And I've met incredible people. I have challenged myself a lot. So I would do that, moving to Colorado.
I love it. What's one thing you wish you had pushed yourself more to do in the last year?
I would say putting myself out there more, in a sense of like not being afraid to speak up. That's something that I've been really working on. I've improved so much. It's just something that it saves a lot of time and it saves a lot of energy when you're just like, you just take care of something in the moment. You're like, I don't like that. This is what I want. I don't want to do that, whatever. It saves so much time than trying to like, oh, it's okay. I'm just not going to say anything because I don't want to create a problem, whatever. Like, just say something, or like, this is what I've got going on. This is what I'm doing in my life. This is great. This is whatever. Complimenting people, like just speaking up. I would say that.
Awesome.
So,
all right, that's all I had for questions. If you guys are ready, I'm gonna do my portion. You're gonna need a pen and paper for this. I know Mike and Nick like to, push, do it if you want. I'm telling you, you need to write this down. This is crucial for what you want to do and how you want to get there. So like Haley said, I'm gonna talk about putting yourself first. I may have prematurely said that. You put yourself second if God is in your life. God is always first, you are second. So make sure that you know that. If you have a higher power, whatever, that's first, you are second. But compared to everybody else that is a human on this planet, you are first compared to that. So I'm going to talk about that because I have this, and I think this is a lady thing, so if you all feel this, let me know. I tend to put everybody else ahead of me all the time. Maybe not even intentionally, but I just like somehow other people's needs and wants and desires always end up in front of my own. Does anybody else ever feel like that, ever do that? Whether it's a boss, kid, a husband, a wife, whatever, whoever in your life, somebody else comes first. The problem with that is that we can't give 100% if we're not giving 100% to us, because you can't give 100% if you don't have it. So what we need to do is we need to make sure that we're filling our cup in order to fill other people's cups, because you can't fill a cup with an empty cup. And that goes for energy. I mean, it's a huge thing when you have energy and you're sitting around and you're trying to give attention to somebody, but you're drained. If you don't have the amount of energy you need to give somebody else, it's going to either make somebody cranky or things just all over the place. Exactly. You can't pour from an empty cup. So like I said, it's you second if there's a God. The reason for this is that he's going to take care of everything and you just need to trust that. So I'm not even going to go into the godly speech because we all have our own beliefs and I believe that everybody can discover that on their own. But I do want to talk about life mottos. So this is where we're going to write it down. I want everybody here to come up with something that defines their entire life. And by doing this, I'm going to give you an example of mine that you can literally go to every single morning, every single night. If you've ever read the book Think and Grow Rich, they talk about this. The women's one even talks about this more. I'm going to grab it in a second after I tell you guys this and you kind of brainstorm yours. So my life motto is choose him, choose her, choose love, okay? In that order. Choose him is choose my God. He comes first. Choose him in every situation. When I have questions, I ask him, all of that. Choose her is the second one. Choose myself. Choose the little girl that got bullied that I promised would get through any obstacle in life. And choose who I want to be in the future. So choose him, choose her. And then the third one is choose love. I believe that this world has enough hatred. We need to put more love into the world. So my motto is choose him, choose her, choose love. Came up with it about a year and a half ago. I'm getting a tattoo of it because I believe it is what my life is meant to stand for. So I want to give you guys like 30, 40 seconds to just post something that means something to you. Maybe you've heard it before. I mean, that's fine if you want to take somebody else's, but I want this to be so authentic to you that you know it's for you. I want to know, like, I'm sure if anybody who knows me knows, if they've had enough conversations with me, that those three things mean the world to me. Because I once didn't believe in God, and my life was shit. Not even a joke, my life was shit before I found a God, okay? The second one was choose her, choose myself, okay? And choose love. went through so much pain in my life that I don't ever want other people to feel pain. So all I want to do is give love and express love. And yeah, sometimes I go off track. Sometimes I forget my core values and my core motto, but I have it and it catches me and it pulls me back every single time. So I'm going to give you guys about 30, 40 seconds. Go ahead and think of something. We're going to do shares. So as soon as you're ready, as soon as you have something, unmute yourself. I will know who's ready by that, and we'll start sharing. So go ahead, 30, 40 seconds. Figure out something that means all about you, okay? Go ahead.
Can't hear you.
My bad. Let's start with April. April, you did yourself first, so let's hear what you got.
Oh, I was in first. Okay, well, right now
Well, then we're gonna get you out of your comfort zone.
Oh, you want me to tell you what out of my comfort zone?
No, I'm saying we'll get you out of your comfort zone by going first.
Oh, okay.
So go ahead. Tell us what motto you think coincides with you. What is your life motto?
Well, right now I work over at LaFontaine's, and I like, driving cars, and that's my motto. And I'm hopefully one day or maybe next year. And like you said you believe in God. Well, same here. But I'm hoping, Lord willing, that I do become go into sales so I can actually make more money and learn more about the business because I enjoy what I do. So hopefully I can do that.
I love it. So maybe for now, let's stick with something. So maybe you drive your life. So when you say it to yourself in the morning and at night, you say, I drive my life. Because you like driving cars, right? Like you said.
I love it.
So let's do that. Let's just use that motto. Whenever something comes up, say, I drive my life.
Okay.
And that's going to give you this, for some reason, guys, you're going to feel this. Whatever you choose, I'm going to give you an exercise to do every morning. If you say this in the mirror and you believe every ounce of what you say, your body, you're going to get better posture. Your voice is going to be more confident. You're not going to have those, doubts that come with the everyday life of being a female. Okay? Because when I believe in what I do, I know we all believe this about Wavemakers. When we believe in what we do, it's so much easier to talk about it. It's so much easier to live it. If you don't believe it, you're kind of just like, I'm going to do that. You need to believe in this so much that it changes how you feel, how you talk, and that's what we want to do. So April, let's do that for now. When you feel something, when you have a question about life, say, I drive my life.
I love it.
Okay? Sound good?
That's awesome. That's great.
All right, who's next?
Hey.
She's eating. Are you eating watermelon?
No, not today.
All right.
Go to somebody else, and then I'll not be chewing when we get back to me.
Nastasia, are you saying hi to somebody, or you want to go?
I was saying I'll go.
Okay, go ahead.
So yeah, I was really thinking about it, and I feel like the first thing that came to my mind was nurturing. So yeah, I nurture myself and I nurture others often.
I love it. That's perfect. That's so you. I don't even need to say anything. That's so you. Well, Haley, you're unmuted. What about you? What's your motto?
So accurate. I love it. Seriously, she's
like the mom I've always.
Little side note, yeah, she's always like, if I'm having an off day but I don't say anything, she's like, her mom's senses are tingling. She's like, what's wrong?
Yep.
Can't help it.
Yeah. Or she'll just give me a hug. She's like, yeah, but okay. So I would say when you said that, the first thing that came to my mind was be love. I believe that life is more comes down to who you're being than what you're doing, and so be love.
I love it.
Always return to that. So
See, you guys, this is what I'm talking about. Like, you know when it fits somebody because you can just feel it. Like, I can tell you from being in the same room as Nastasia and Haley, that is them. Nurturing and love, like, that is them. They have so much of those to give people that there's nothing else that fits more. So, all right, who's next? Watermelony, you look like you're unmuted again.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
just I feel like something that has driven me my whole life, and I was talking to Nastasia and Haley earlier, so they'll probably know I should listen to this a little more myself these days, but it's never settle for less than your potential.
I love it. Yep, it's absolutely true. The only thing I have about that is how can we change that into a positive? When we put words like never or there's a negative connotation, so I want to make sure that you put it in a way that your body cannot question the outcome of it. Let me think. I mean, you can think, anybody who has an idea on how to make that a positive transition, go ahead and say something.
As you say, just always reach for your full potential.
Okay, we're getting there. Let me
settling
you guys a little. What?
It's hard to mention the settling part without saying don't.
Yeah, so I guess what happens, so let me talk about psychology. When we tell ourselves certain things, our brain automatically turns negative. I know that's crazy. It's what our brain has to do. Women are harder on ourselves more than others. This is a scientific fact. Like, I've learned this at events. So trying to transition, it's like, how do I want to say this? Like when we say like, I'm not good enough, or it's like you have to be able to change it. Say it out loud. Whoever just typed that.
I am worthy of achieving all of my goals and dreams.
I love it. You gotta have something that you say that just it resonates so much, and you have to believe it so deeply that it changes how you say, how you talk. So if you say it that way, and let's hear you really speak it as if you feel it. Yeah, I'm still talking to you. Put you on the spot.
So wait, so now you're saying you're talking to me now, and you want me to say it?
Say it the way Anastasia wrote it. It's in the chat if you want to.
I wrote it down. It says, I am worthy of achieving all of my goals and dreams.
So this is what I want everybody to notice. Did anybody notice the slight smile that ended up on her face at the end of that sentence? That didn't happen earlier. Your brain was listening. Your brain was like, oh yeah, I like that. That sounds good, right?
Yeah.
All right. Who else do we got? We got Olivia, Libby, Tanya. Libby, if you need to type it at all, go ahead and do that. Let's go to Olivia. What has she got? What do you got for us? You gotta unmute yourself.
Unmute myself. Okay, now that I actually can hear you guys, because I don't know, my phone is like super quiet. I was like, what are you saying? Okay, what was the question again? That like what's like my motto, like my mantra?
Yeah. What makes you feel you?
My current motto recently has been you choose how you feel, because sometimes I'm such a feeler and I'm such an emotional person that I have to remind myself when things get difficult or things get intense that just to breathe, and I choose how I feel, and just take it easier on myself and not be so hard on myself.
I love it. That's perfect. That's exactly what you need. I think everybody can resonate with that. I mean, we really do choose at the end of the day how we take things, how we feel. So I'm really happy about that.
My sister helped me with that one. She's good at mantras.
Good. Well, tell your sister she did good.
I will say, knowing Olivia, I mean, I've hung out with you a few times now, and every time I'm around you, I always feel better. Like, I always feel better.
That makes me feel so good.
You light up the room. You really do. So I can say that that's really accurate to who you are.
Thank you.
So.
Thank you.
I love that's such a good thing. So Libby said, Her motto is, "I never fail, I learn, or I win, but I understand the never part." Okay, so I have to change it. I never fail, I learn, or I win. So, Libby, why don't we just take out the "I never fail," just say "I learn or I win," because that just
Take away the negative.
Yeah, it takes away the negative, and I think that's a really good, powerful thing, and you can take it from everything. I learn or I win. And I think that motto is so strong. I love that. I think we should make that Babe Waves motto. I learn or I win. That's great. I love it. Okay, decided. Libby, definitely, that's perfect. I think that's what everybody needs to hear. Everybody. Tanya, you're left. Do you have a motto?
Okay. So, now I was thinking, I hope you can understand me, okay?
Okay.
So I never had problem in my life to take action. Never.
Okay.
So I am from Brazil, do you know? So, but now I think I am in the third stage in life.
Okay.
Because I am 58 in a country, in other country, I am learning about everything. So, and sometimes I feel afraid. And they say, I remember my dad when I was 18. I remember when I was 18, I was crying because I broke up a boyfriend, and my dad said, "Hey, are you desperate?" So now, always when something happened, because my parents put us like that, we have to look the things in front. Always the things came, you have to look. So now, I always when something happened, I think, hey, I am Tanya. Hey, why I am? No, I can do everything I want. And that's it. That's kind of like that. So, and one more thing. Now I'm thinking more on me.
Mm-hmm.
Because before it was job, 30-something years working, and employees, and son, and husband, and everything. Now, no. Now when I meet some guy and I see him, he's like, I said, no, you are not for me. Bye. I know already what I don't want anymore. And something like that. So, yeah.
I love that. I think every single girl here needed to hear that. I know we are all laughing because that is so amazing. I mean, that is literally what we all strive to be. And I think the biggest thing that I got out of that, and actually I'm going to make it a lesson here for everybody, is I am Tanya. And this is something that I've realized over the years that we've done so little, is give ourselves credit for how fucking far we've come. Okay, guys, we have been through so much. Every single one of us has gone through something that nobody else can understand, that nobody else probably would have been able to get through. And I think that it's so important that we do that. And so we all have these mottos. I'm going to stick with my motto. You'll stick with your motto. But I want to bring two mottos here that this group has lighted for me. Okay? I am, which we all know is a powerful statement, and I win or I learn. So I want everybody to say this out loud. So everybody unmute yourself, okay? I'm gonna say it first, and I want you all to repeat with your name, okay? I am Alexia. I win or I learn, okay? And I want you guys to say it, okay? I am your name. I win or I learn. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I am Olivia. I win or I learn.
Yeah.
How powerful does that feel? Like, I just, like, right now, like, I just feel good. And this is the thing is, if you feel like your name isn't strong enough, you have to give yourself more credit. It's like gratitude. Gratitude is always there, but if you don't make yourself feel it, you're not going to understand the point of the gratitude. Okay, so make sure you understand the strength that you've given yourself to get there, the power that you have to make a difference in this world, and the perseverance we all have to make changes. Okay, guys, this is what this is all about. I'm so excited that even though Libby has poor connections, she was able to type that, because that is going to be monumental in Babe Waves. And Tanya, that you said that, I don't care if anybody ever says you don't speak English well. I fucking heard that. I heard that in my soul, okay? So I am so excited, Babe Waves. This is what it's about. I don't know. Can you hear the excitement in my voice right now? Like, I love this. This is exactly what it's about. I don't want to bring it down a level, but I'm going to have to close this out, because I do have one more point I want all of us to really take in tonight, and it's about the why we have to put ourselves first. This is a question that somebody asked me about 4 years ago. And it's a little bit painful for me to still say, because I still struggle with it. We all struggle with health. We all struggle with exercise, eating the right things, and all of this stuff. But this is a question somebody asked me. And so when somebody has trouble with their health, a friend or yourself, I want you to have them ask themselves this question, or you ask yourself. Never ask anybody else this question, okay? Everybody look at the screen, because this one's pretty deep. Ready? How much more do you have to love yourself to take care of yourself better? That one hurts me every single time, because how much more do I have to love myself? If I loved myself more, would I stop drinking soda? Yes, absolutely. If I loved myself more, would I get on the bike an extra mile a day? Yes, even if I go 5 miles. If I loved myself more, what would I do differently? Okay? There is no cap to what you do to love yourself. You have to love yourself more every single day. If I loved myself more, would I read more today? Would I learn more? This is such an important question. And the reason we can't ask other people, because you ask them and they're going to think you don't think they love themselves enough, or you don't think that they're enough. So this question is only to be asked by somebody to themselves. So if you have somebody who's struggling, you can say, ask yourself this question. But don't ask them the question, okay? Have them ask themselves, okay? So if you guys are struggling in anything, ask yourself the question, how much more do I have to love myself to take care of myself better? That is such a powerful question. It kills me sometimes, because I literally will have a craving on my period, and it's like, I just want chocolate ice cream today. And I'm just like, if I loved myself, I would probably have a cucumber instead, okay? You have to be able to ask yourself the question. But you can also say it like, can I have vegan ice cream? Like, does that calculate backwards? Does that make it all even? Like, I'm not sure. But you have to ask yourself the question, because you know what? I didn't get the cucumber because it wasn't going to make me happy. But I got chocolate vegan ice cream. It's good for me. Well, it's better for me. I still got my chocolate craving. And you know what? I made myself happy. So I loved myself more today. It's not about a certain standard. It's about, does it make you love yourself more? Okay? So that is a really, really important question. I've been in that headspace all day. If I loved myself more, I wouldn't be in a lot of the situations I am. I hear you. I hear you too. I feel you guys. This is what it's about, is if we loved ourselves more, would we still be doing what we're doing? If I loved myself more, would I be in the situation I am now? Okay, I'm going to tell you guys flat-handed, money makes no fucking difference in your life. Okay, I'm going to swear, because this one means a lot to me. I have had more money than my parents made in 10 years, and it fucking got ripped from me. And that wasn't my fault, but I can tell you money can go so fucking quick. There are debts. I remember when I was paying bills to when I was in like 3 years ago, my dog had an emergency vet bill. I had $3,000 saved up, okay, in my entire life. $3,000. I was 19 years old. Okay, guess what my dog's vet bill was? $2,900. Okay, all of my money was gone. I fucking worked since I was 16 to save $3,000. Okay, and you know what? This last year I worked so hard for this money, and a lot of it's gone. Most of it's gone. And it's not that I can't get it back. It's that it's untouchable right now. And the money makes no difference in our world. The money has no reference to who we are. If we can't take care of ourselves, if we can't put ourselves first, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter until we take care of ourselves and take care of our family. And the second part of that question, you know, the question we ask ourselves, how much more do I have to love myself to take care of myself better? This one hurts me because I'm going to tell you guys a little story in a second, but how much more do I have to care about my parents' well-being to take care of them more? Because this is the problem. I love my parents, and you can never question if I loved my parents. My parents may make me mad sometimes, but I still love them. I'm sure we all can relate to frustrating parents, frustrating kids, whatever it is. We love them to death. But if we cared just a little bit more, because they're going to be fine whether or not we care, because we love them, right? But if we care a little bit more, what would we do? My dad this weekend, I told myself that I would retire my dad at his 60th birthday. His 60th birthday is next year, next September. And I was like, I told myself 60. That gave me, from when I graduated, that gave me 7 years, okay? 7 years to retire my dad. That means that I have to care about my dad even more to get there. Because I was on vacation this week. My dad came up yesterday. And my dad, for the first time, took a breath, relaxed, had a beer, just sat on a porch and did nothing. That man has worked hard for 38 years doing the same job, getting to work at 5, getting home at 6 at night. That's a 13-hour day. He was so tired that he made dinner and went to bed. I didn't have a father. My dad did not get the opportunity to be a father. So what I get to do, because I care more, because I saw the light in him this week, I'm going to work harder. I'm going to care even more. You know what? There's no limit to caring. There's no limit to love. So push yourself harder every single day. I said it to Nick and Mike today. I said, I'm so excited to change the world with you guys. But guess what? We have to work harder. Even though we work hard, we have to work harder. And when we say, I'm going to work harder, this limit gets higher. So there's no stopping. We have to love people more. We have to love ourselves more, care about our parents, our family, our siblings. We have to do more at all times. So ask yourselves the questions. How much more do I have to love myself to take care of myself better? How much more do I have to care about whoever? I say my parents, my dad especially. How much more do I have to care about him to make his world better? What can I do for him today that I didn't do yesterday? How much more can I push myself? Because we all have the dreams. We all have this imaginary dream that we can retire our parents, but the reality is we're not going to be able to retire ourselves with the economy we live in unless we do something extraordinary. We can't be average in this world. It's not possible to do what we want to do and be average. We're not going to be able to do things for these kids in Swaziland and Uganda if we were average. What we do right here on Babe Waves is not average. Okay? It's beautiful that it's not average. It's extraordinary. Wave Makers is extraordinary. And that's what's going to change lives. So don't love yourself like the average person. Love yourself like an extraordinary person. Because we have to be able to tell ourselves that we are extraordinary. We have to love ourselves on a level that we didn't even know existed. Okay, so I'm going to get off that rant because I really felt that. That just came out. I don't know how that came out. I'm going to thank God for that one. But I hope you guys got a lot out of this. I'm going to stop the recording and give us the opportunity to do what Babe Waves does best, which is just talk and, you know, bond with each other and talk about what we learned and what we're going through, because this is what it's at the end of the day. I can give you all the information, but until we have other people to talk to it about, it doesn't really matter. Because I learned something, and I'm going to thank Nastasia for this, because she pulled a card the other day that said, are you letting the angels help you? These are my angels. You guys are a part of my angels, so I'm going to let you help me. If I have a question, I'm going to let you help me. Let me help you. Let Nastasia help you, and Haley and Tanya and everybody here, because we are so blessed to have each other. So with that being said, I'm going to stop the recording.